Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have like sensitivity too. She never had LASIX.
I'm ready for winter.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. We're missing a couple people, but I think we got the core group here, right? So those of you that have not met Andrea, I'm going to turn around so you can say hi to Andrea.
Who do we have, Lydia?
We have Lydia, we have Denise, and we have Josephine.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. They can't say good morning. I muted them.
Oh, you muted.
Let's go ahead and begin by warming up our shoulders. We'll do some nice circles here. And really take your time. This is your opportunity to kind of see how you're feeling. Often we like to rush through, right? And we just kind of like move those shoulders super fast, but really kind of feel in to see if you have any tension, any tightness, any feelings of openness. Maybe you have a little more flexibility than normal. Feels good? Go ahead and change direction. And let's move to big circles, and we'll do one hand at a time. And go ahead and let your body turn and follow that hand so that your spine begins to get warmed up too. So I always do a smoothie, not always, but often they do smoothies in the morning, and they load it full of like chia seeds and flax seeds and different good things. And flavor it with how come I can't say it?
Cardamom.
Cardamom, thank you. And every once in a while, I'll find a little seed in my tooth and stop and change direction. I'm all like, what is that?
I make a smoothie with spinach, and then somebody will say, "You got something green in your." And let's rest this hand and move to the other side. And I'm going to let Lydia in. Oh, Chris Snyder's coming in. And let's change direction. And again, this is your chance to kind of feel, now we're moving the spine all the way down to the hip, or maybe you can kind of notice the flexibility in the shoulder.
Really moved one when I was in a certain position sleeping and my shoulder was killing me, but it, now it's not bothering me.
Today or this morning?
Yeah,
or?
this morning. I just woke up, sometimes your shoulders are weird.
And stiff. Let's go ahead and let's take those shoulders up to our ears and move them down. And take them up to the ears and move them down. Up to the ears, down, up to the ears, and down. And let's do the side of our necks here by twisting the head. So my hands are going to stay on my knees so my body faces forward. I'm just going to look over one shoulder. And go ahead and engage your eyes too. Stretch the muscles around your eyes. And come back forward. Let's look the other way. And come back forward. Let's do this one more time, each direction. Forward. And take your ear down towards your shoulder. Don't let the shoulder come up. The shoulder's going to stay still. And just tilt the ear down. And now once that ear has gone as far as it's able to, visualize that your other ear is attached to maybe like a helium balloon. And you can feel it lifting up. And this is going to open up this space, activating the vagus nerve. And bring the head back up. Let's do the other side. Bring that ear down. And then lift that top ear up towards the ceiling, opening up the space in the neck and the shoulder here. And bring your head back up. Nice. All right. I'm going to hang onto my chair. Go ahead and find a secure position here because I'm going to lean over now. So I'm going to hang on with one hand. Other hand lifts up and lean as far over as you feel comfortable. That hip might want to rise up, so push it down. And as you do, you feel a nice stretch through the side here, all the way down to your hip. And let's switch. So now my opposite hand is going to come down, grab my chair, and lift that arm up and lean over. Push that hip down. And come back up. Nice. Let's do that first side again. Arm up, lean all the way over. Take your palm, push it up towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch down through the side. Now let's take that leg and extend it out. Push up towards the ceiling and stretch down towards the ground. And let's pull the body back up. Nice. Good job. Lift up and lean over. Palm up towards the ceiling, and let's extend that leg. Nice stretch all the way through the front of the body. And pull those arms and legs back in. Nice. Let's do our spine a little bit more. I'm going to put my hands on my knees. I'm going to do my cat-cow. So go ahead and pull your body forward and look up. Push your body back and curl. And let's go ahead and move at a pace that feels good for your spine, not too fast. Again, right now we're just warming up, right? We're kind of feeling into the body, seeing if there's any tension, any areas of looseness, preparing ourselves for our workout. When you curl, when you do your arch, look up with your chin so you feel that stretch down the front of the body. And when you curl back, really round the shoulders so you feel the stretch across the back of the shoulders. Nice and deep stretch here. And bring your body upright. Nice. Let's lift that rib cage up. Feet are flat on the ground. We're going to lift the rib cage up so we can circle it around our hips. So we're still working the spine, but now we're doing a circular motion here. And this is going to help push some fluid up the spine, loosen up the hips. And when you find a good place, go ahead and stop and change direction. And find yourself back into the upright position. I'm going to start to move my legs. So if you need to adjust yourself, I'm going to sit back so that my feet can swing. I'm a little bit short though. So we'll go ahead and swing over. That way your legs are going to warm up a bit. You feel the knees starting to warm up. You might hear some cracking, or you might feel some popping. That's that vata. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and do some circles. That's going to help push that air out. So we're moving into fall. Fall is vata season. Let's stop and change direction.
Like fall yesterday, it was 95.
I know. And let's go down to the ankles. We'll keep those circles going, but just the ankles are moving.
The geese are really in though now. They're really.
Oh, do you see them?
For about 3 weeks now. They're every night they come in. It's beautiful.
And change direction. I haven't heard them, and I'm right there on the water. To pay attention. Because I've got baby chicks right that are like yelling at me all day. I started putting them outside yesterday. So we'll see how they do. And let's flex those toes towards us and point away. And flex and point. Flex and point. One last time, flex. And as you flex those toes towards you, push your heels towards me. So you should feel that on the back of your legs, right? The calves are engaged. The hamstrings are nice and tight. Now go ahead and point. Toes towards me, heels back towards you. Nice, good stretch here. And release. Nice. Good job. I didn't see any Charlie horses. That's good. That's good.
Knock on wood.
Yes. Open up those arms. Let's get those arms moving. We'll do some circles here. Okay, let's visualize we've got some kettlebells. Pick up those heavy kettlebells. And I'm going to move to large circles. Large circles with those heavy kettlebells. Remember how powerful our minds are. And let's move to medium circles, still holding on to those kettlebells. And to small circles. You can go ahead and set those balls down, open those hands. Turn those palms up. We'll do small circles in the opposite direction. So it might feel a little awkward, right? Usually we move in a position or a direction that feels comfortable.
shifting that, and we'll move to medium circle. Extend that energy out through the middle of your finger, out to the walls around you, and move to large circles. You should start to feel a little fatigue in your arms. Extend that energy out. One last circle, and drop those arms down. Nice, all right. Let's move our arms and our hands together. We're gonna hold our trays up, so I'm gonna flex my palms, because I've got heavy trays on them, right? I'm gonna push these trays up, and I don't want to spill my margaritas on them. So we're gonna push up. I know you like margaritas. And as I do, one leg will rise up, and as I go down, then the other leg will rise up. So yeah, go ahead and find that position. This is new for you, so they all know these routines. Let's push up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, put those hands to the side. Now we're gonna be knees, right? And we're gonna be in that box. We're gonna push that wall out, pull it back in. As we do, both legs are gonna lift. So you may need to adjust your body so that you can lift those legs up. Let's push up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no swinging. 7, we're lifting. 8, 9, 10, pull it back in, good. All right, now I'm gonna move myself out to the edge of the chair, because I'm gonna do that move where we go across our body, and I want to have that flexibility. And so my legs are a little bit wider than my chair legs. Hands are on my hips. I'm gonna push across all the way up to the ceiling. Visualize there's a rope there. Pull that rope back down to my hip, and then I'll switch and do the other side, pulling it down. Remember, if you pull down, you're gonna start engaging the muscles on the back of the arms here. Let's do this for 10. 1, let's do both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side and down, nice. Now let's push across the body. And so the same thing, my arm's gonna go parallel with the ground, reaching across, grabbing that rope, pulling it. So it almost looks the same, but instead of crossing up towards the ceiling, we're gonna go out straight. Let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both sides and back. Nice. All right. I'm going to spread my legs just a little wider. Now I'm going to tap the ground. So I'm going to tap the ground, reach up, tap the ceiling, tap the ground, tap the ceiling. Let's do this for 10. If you get dizzy, you don't have to go all the way down. You can just reach and keep your head neutral so that you don't get that dizziness. That's okay. The goal is to move that spine in the back there. Let's do 10. 1, all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back down. Nice. All right, good job. Let's pull those feet back in. I'm going to bring our one hand up, and as I bring this hand up, that opposite knee is going to come up, and then I drop down. Other hand comes up, opposite knee comes up. So it kind of looks like this here, right? Almost as if I'm climbing a ladder. This alternating right and left side is going to help with the brain, right? We're going to build those connections between the hemispheres. So both hands can rest here, but we're going to bring opposite sides up. Let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Whew, good job. Let's find our weights. We have different size weights here. We've got 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 1 pound. For those of you at home, you can follow along with weights that you have at home. You don't have to use the weights. The exercise is still just as powerful. So, and then you can always switch depending on the exercise. I was wondering. Yes, you see me. We'll start with our bicep curls. This will be building confidence, right? Palms facing me. And we'll do our curls. Let's curl up for a count of 10. 1, 2, no swinging. We're lifting up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back down. Nice. I was sore after circuit on Friday, right here from the ab workout.
Okay.
All right. We're going to add a variation. We're going to curl up, and then we're going to twist those arms and push them up towards the ceiling. Back down, lifting, lowering back down to the beginning. Let's do this for 8. 1, push them up, down, all the way to the start. 2, 3, 4. Keep your abs nice and tight. 6, 7, 8, and rest. Nice. Make sure that your abs are tight and that you're tucking your tailbone. Sometimes when we lift up, we want to arch our back, and our back will carry the brunt or the weight, and we don't want our backs to carry that weight. Hands here. Let's add a variation here. So we're going to curl up, push up towards the ceiling. This time to get down to our starting position, we're just going to let these arms slowly cascade all the way down, nice and slow. We're going to need our back muscles and our abs when we get to this position, and then we'll let those hands rest in the starting position. We'll do this for 6. 1, up, and then cascade down. 2, 3. You could go down this way. It's a little harder. I switched it this way. 4, 5, 6, and rest. Nice. All right, take those hands and turn those palms facing in. Same bicep curl, only now the arms are facing in. As I lift up, I'm going to lift with my energy in my pointer and my thumb. As I bring my weights down, my energy is now shifting to my pinky as I push down. That way I get a workout pulling up and pushing down. And we'll do this for 10. 1, push it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it down. Nice. All right. Okay, let's add a variation here. We're going to pull them up and push back up just like we did. Only now our hands are going to stay in this palm facing each other position. Let's do this for 8. 1, push it up and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one, nice and strong all the way to the end. All right. Okay. Ooh, take a deep breath in. Remember, just like we did when we were stretching, always be checking in with your body, making sure you don't have any kinks, that the shoulders aren't lifting up. We're going to lift up, push up towards the ceiling. This time I'm going to let them cascade down. Same as we did before, only now the palms are facing each other the entire lift. 1, push it up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rest, nice.
Well, I gotta do 2 more, because I was getting a drink of water.
Okay. Go ahead, you can catch up with us. Turn those palms facing down. All right. My palms are facing down. I'm going to be able to pull those weights back and almost as if I'm touching my shoulder blades together. But notice how I'm scooted way up on the front of my chair. You want to hit the back of your chair when your palms pull all the way back. So make sure that you have a safe space around you. And let's pull back for the count of 10. 1, and then push them forward. 2, push. 3,
Rub it up top.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it back forward. You know, some of our jokes don't always make sense to different generations, right?
I know what she's talking about.
I know, rubbing the washboards to wash the clothes. Yes.
I used to wash diapers in Oberammergau, Germany, you know, and we were there for like 3 months, and I took Katrina, who was about, 6 months old. And so
So those of you on Zoom, I don't know if you can hear Shar, but Shar actually washed diapers using a washboard. So this is she had flashback memories during the.
My grandmother had one, but I don't think I believe.
So now I'm going to pull one arm back, and then as this arm comes forward, I'm going to alternate. So I've got this alternating feeling here. All right. So go ahead and start with one arm back. I'm going to do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and put both of them back on the knees and take a break. Check in with your shoulders, see how they're feeling. If you need to loosen them up, if you need to move the neck, want to make sure that that tension isn't creeping in. All right. I'm going to take those weights and lift them straight out in front of us, hold them out, and drop them back down. And we'll do this for 10. 1, 2, keep your abs nice and tight. 3, back is straight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay with those weights?
Again, a little head down. After a while.
I know there's some 3s right there, especially since this gets recorded and you'd see me. Or I have bad form. I'm like, oh, I got it. All right, so we're going to alternate like we did before. So one is up, and then we're going to one and goes down as the other one raises. So go ahead and start with one up, and we'll do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest both of them. Now check in with your neck, right? So I notice when I lift one hand, my neck seems to want to compensate, right? And so you want to make sure that all those muscles are staying relaxed. Okay, so we're going to take one weight all the way up as close to the ear as it feels comfortable for you, and tap the chair behind you and bring it back. And so for each of us, it's going to look different because we each have different flexibility in the shoulder. If your shoulder is really stiff, go ahead and lead with your elbow. That's going to take some of the tension off that deltoid here. And so you can lead. You want some 3s? I can switch you.
That's all right. I'll just do one pedal less. I'll do.
Okay.
We'll see. This is 2.
So if you want to, you can lead with the elbow and go back if that feels better for your shoulder. My exercise that I'm going to practice is I'm going to take it up next to my ear, turn my whole body, tap the chair, and come back. And we'll do one side before we switch to the other. And let's do this for 8. The shoulder's a little more delicate. Like we won't do a full 10. 1, tap, and bring it back. 2, 3, 4. So much more flexibility now. 5, Luann.
Twos.
6, but that's good. 7, you guys are almost there. Last one, 8, nice and strong. Tap, bring it back. Whew. All right, we'll take a breath before we move to the other side. Go ahead and stretch that out, move it around. Now let's do the other side. So go ahead and adjust yourself. Make sure that you have plenty of room to move that arm behind you. And we'll do this side for 8. 1. And bring it back. And your arms might feel different. 2. 3, especially for us women that are used to carrying purses on one side, right? 4.
Laptops.
Backpacks. 6. 7. 8. And back. Nice. And stretch those shoulders out and listen to your body. You know, if it's hurting, it's okay not to do these, right? Not every exercise is going to be perfect for everybody that's in this class. Go ahead and stretch those out. All right. I'm going to sit on the edge of my chair and I'm going to widen my legs. And my legs are a little bit wider than the legs of my chair. What's important is that your knee and your toes are in alignment. And so if my toes are pointed forward, so are my knees. If I'm going at an angle, my knee and my toes are in alignment. This is more comfortable for me at an angle. Hands are going to rest on my hips. I'm going to do that exercise where we push across up towards the ceiling and back down. And then we'll push across to the other side. And we'll do this for 10. 1, both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both sides and rest. Whew, good job. Check in with your shoulders. Get them nice and loose. Okay, let's move across our body. And we're not going to be able to go quite as far because we have this fist. And so I'm just going to turn as far as it feels comfortable and push my arm so that it's parallel with the ground and come back. And then push the other side and come back. Nice little stretch across the back here too. Let's do this for 10. 1, both sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both sides and back to the start. Good job. I'm going to keep my legs nice and wide, put my weight close to my body. Let's start working our core. And so I'm going to work my abs and my lower back. You might feel some of the hamstrings engaged in this. I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to lift my body up. As I do, I'm going to use my glutes. Try not to push against your feet on this move. Use your muscles in your core to lift your body up for 10. 1, lift up. I feel my glutes nice and tight. And back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way back up. And let's drop those weights so they tap the ground. All right, same move, only now my arms are outstretched. And so when I lift my body up, my arms are gonna arc all the way up towards the ceiling, bend the elbows, tap the shoulders, arc all the way back down, tap the ground. Let's do this for 10. 1, tap the ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still use your glutes. 7, working on that core. 8, 2 more. 9, 10, tap the shoulders, bring those weights to your legs. Woo, good job. And go ahead and stretch out the body. All right, so we've worked the body frontwards and backwards. Let's work the side of our body. And so you can stay in this forward position, or if you want to scoot back a little bit, we're going to be leaning to the side. So you want to make sure you're nice and secure in your chair. One hand's going to drop down, other one's going to tuck up underneath that arm. And then we're going to shift and change positions. Let's do this for 10. 1, change sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring that body back up. Nice. Let's do a little bit more twisting here. I'm going to have my weights. I'm going to visualize there's someone behind me. I'm going to pass those weights, bring them back to the front, pass them to the other side, back to the front. And we're going to do this for 10. 1, pass them, bring them back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to the front. Nice. Let's set one weight down so you only have one weight in your hand. Nice etiquette here. All right. Now let's go ahead and compress. I've got one hand on each side of my weight. I'm going to visualize that I could compress this. Arms are up nice and high. Press those weights in. You should feel this tension all the way across the front of the chest. Push a little bit more if you're not feeling it. You should feel it in your arms, your armpits. The whole upper body is engaged as you try to squish this together. Take your fingers, point your fingers towards me, still holding that weight nice and tight. You should see your muscles engaged. Push those arms out towards me, still pressing. Pulling back in, fingers up. We're going to go above our head, so make sure you have a nice grip on the weight. Lift it above your head, still pressing. Trying to squish that weight together. Pull it back down. One last squish. And we're going to lower between our legs. You don't have to put your hands there if you want to just do it with your, but that kind of hurts my kneecaps. I'm going to push right here with my hands. And go ahead and squish. Try to compress that weight with your legs. You should feel your inside thighs engaged here. I'm going to scoot back just a bit so I can lift my legs up off the ground so that my whole leg is engaged. Remember Suzanne Summers, that's another thing that you date yourself when you. And go ahead and release. Whew. We're going to do that again, but take a little breath here. And let's compress again. You can lift those feet up if you're able to. That way your abs are also engaged. And release, nice. Let's go ahead and bring that weight up to your chest. We're going to look under one arm, let that weight circle around behind you and come out the other side. And let's do this 3 times. Nice and slow, feel the body opening up. Once you get to that 3rd time, stop in the center and change direction. So now you're going to look under the other arm. And 3, all the way around. And when you're done, you can set that weight down. All right. Good job. I can see you guys at home too. Let's go ahead and start to move those legs. And I'm going to walk in place. And I'm on the balls of my feet. And as soon as the balls of my feet touch the ground, they lift back up. And let's pick up that pace. I got some energy there. All right, you can hang on to the chair if it helps you as you pick up this pace, or maybe you want to move your arms so that your whole body is engaged. Get that energy flowing again. Even though we were lifting weights, it felt like we were sitting for just a bit. And your movements can look however you want them to look. It's okay to be a spaz. Okay, let's bounce those legs out, bounce them in, bounce them out, bounce flex them in. I like those arms. I was not a cheerleader.
Got the disposition.
I know. I played the drums. All right, now we're gonna cross those legs. So we're gonna go out and cross, out, and I'm gonna cross the other leg in front. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this for 20, so we're actually gonna have a count here. So let's go ahead and do 20 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and take a rest. Woo! Good job. You should feel a little burn in the thighs there. If anyone ever thought sitting in a chair wasn't a good workout, they haven't been to one of our classes.
That's what I feel. Yeah.
Up inside here?
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of tension up in the hips and these joints here because we sit a lot more than our bodies were meant to sit, right? And so you can do a little pounding, or you can knead with your thumb if you have any tension. What you don't want is for a Charlie horse to get in there, right? So as we go through these moves, if it's starting to feel like the muscles starting to tense up, get tight, loosen that up, okay? All right, let's get our arms into goddess or goalpost, however you feel, if you got your sports, because I think football has started, right? And we're gonna go ahead, put those fingers on your shoulders. We're gonna tap our knee to our elbow, and let's do this for 10. And 10 is gonna include both right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, open those arms up. Let's do our toe and finger together. We'll do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, arms are still up. I know they're getting tired. We're gonna do our mountain climbers. We're gonna open up one leg. And so one knee is gonna come up and match that elbow. The whole time the arms stay up. So if you need to lift that rib cage up off the ribs, go ahead and pull it up now. And let's do this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Woo, you guys, you got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest those arms. Woo, good job. All right, you can go. You still have 20 minutes. Don't even look. All right, so we're gonna do some leg lifts next. And so I'm gonna turn sideways so my friends on Zoom can see. And we're gonna hold our bodies up nice and straight. I'm gonna lift my knee up as high as I can towards my chest, lower it back down, lift that knee up. It looks really simple, but I'm really gonna try to pull it as close to my chest as I'm able to and switch into the other side. And I'm not marching, because when we march, we get that in that mode of, that inertia from the bounce, right? This is lifting up, lowering, lifting up, lowering. And we're just gonna do this for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, body straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's put our body on an angle now. So now I'm gonna lean back. If I lean back all the way, the chair can carry me, and this is okay. If you wanna work your abs, keep your body off the back of the chair and you can engage your abs here. We're gonna lift that knee up again, only now I'm gonna push as if there's that wall. Remember when we pushed with our hands, we're gonna flex that toe back and push that wall away. bring the knee back up and back down. And so you can lean back, so you can walk your elbows. If you don't want your back to touch, or you can let the back touch. No judgment here, right? So let's go ahead and do this for 10. 1, push it out and back. Other side, push it out and back. 2, 3, 4, 5. You got this. 6. I can hear you breathing over there.
Yeah, breathe.
7. Yes, you do. We didn't do any key eyes today. 8. We'll have to end the class with it. 9. Last one, 10. And 10. All right, and bring the body upright. Woo, nice. All right, so that move added a little tension to my lower back. So I'm just gonna have you guys lean forward, stretch out that lower back. You can drop the shoulders, drop the head. Just like we check in to make sure the muscles aren't getting tight, we wanna do the same with those back muscles. You wanna shift side to side, feel that nice stretch. Don't let those back muscles tighten up on you. And walk yourself back up. Whew. Okay, let's open those legs just a bit. And I'm gonna sit on the edge of my chair. We're gonna do our cherry pickers. All right, so 45-degree angles, knees and toes are in alignment. I'm gonna make sure my ankles are beneath my knees on this move. Let's lift those arms up towards the ceiling. Twist towards one leg. I'm gonna drop down all the way as far as you're able to and walk those hands across. These are your cherry pickers, so drop down super low in the middle, grab as many cherries as you can, and bring those bodies up. Let's do this side for 5. This is number 2. All the way across. And up. 3. 4. I don't know if anyone has any more cherries left. 5. Last one this direction.
Pears.
I have some pears, yeah. And reach up towards the ceiling. Let's turn towards that opposite leg and down. 5 this direction. This is our first one. Remember, this is your workout. You can make it as deep and as difficult or as strength building as you want, or you can kind of flow through it, however you feel today. This is number 3.
Oh, you're grunting.
4. And 5, all the way down, all the way across, and arms up, reach up towards the ceiling, reach a little higher, and drop those hands down. Whew. All right, let's do some cardio today. And so I'm gonna have you start with our jumping jacks. And so jumping jacks can look different for different people. You can bounce those legs out, bounce them back in. You can bounce them out and the hands together. Or you can just move the hands, however you feel comfortable today. But you guys have been working out. You guys have got good cardio. Now, I'm gonna do this for 30. All right, deep breath in. Body's nice and strong, right? Tuck that ab in. Let's do 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna speed up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and rest. Nice, good job. All right, so now we're going to visualize that we have those dogs with us. You know, those dogs that like to lay next to us. We're gonna bounce our feet to one side, bounce them all the way across both dogs to the other side. So I've got 2 dogs. If you have a block in front of you, sometimes those lines can help. But I'm gonna go from the outside of one chair all the way across to the outside of the other chair. This is a little bit harder. Our whole body is twisting. Hang on to that chair so you don't slide out. Let's do this one for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back to the center. Whew, all right. Take a short breath in and let it out. And just check in to see how you're feeling. Notice if the heart's beating up a little faster than it was. Throw your feet on the earth, hands on the legs. You can slow that breath down. We're going to build our heart capacity up there, right? All right, so we did this before, this crisscross movement here. We're going to do that same crisscross movement. But as we open up, let's do our victories. Remember our power poses that bring energy into the body. And so we're going to criss, hands come down. See my cross here? Open up into my victory pose. Hands come down into a cross here. All right, let's do this one for 15. You got this? Okay, you know we're crossing right over left, left over right. Got to get those myelinations inside the brain, right? Let's do this for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and let's end with our power pose. Woo! All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good job. All right. Let's do a nice little cool down. And so we're still sitting at the edge of our chair. My knees and my ankles are in alignment here. Roll those shoulders up, roll them back. Body's nice and relaxed. From this position, we're going to do a nice little spinal twist. I'm going to put my hand on my opposite knees. Grab the chair behind me and look behind. Take those eyes, extend those eyes a little bit further as if you could see all the way around to the front. And come back, face forward. Let's do the other direction. Remember to engage your eyes. And come back forward, nice. Let's take our arm across our body. Other hand's going to come in to assist with this stretch. And look in the opposite direction. Actually turn your head and then take those eyes, extend it a little further. I'm going to warm the eyes up too. And release. Let's do the other side. And look in the opposite direction. And face back forward. Go ahead and release those arms. All right. I'm going to have you pivot in your chair. We're going to let one leg drop down. And you always have your chair to hang on to if you ever feel like you're getting a little, like you're going to fall out of the chair. Okay, so right now, my back toe is touching the ground. I'm going to extend that back leg out a little bit, and then I'm going to push my heel straight. You should feel that stretch across the front hip. Make sure those hips are facing forward. So just push that hip so it faces forward. If this feels comfortable and you're steady, lift those arms up towards the sky.
We're warring.
We are. And let's take those hands down towards the ground. Only if it feels comfortable. Otherwise, you can rest them on your legs or on the chair. And bring your bodies upright, bring them back forward. Legs back in. And let's do the other side. So I'm going to turn face the other way, let that outside leg drop. Bring that leg back as far as you feel comfortable and push that heel so that your leg is straight. Now my leg wants to open up, so I'm going to push that hip so my hips are forward. From here, if you feel comfortable, lift those arms up. Still pushing through the heel. And drop those arms forward. And bring your body back up. You could drop to your knee, that's fine. And bring your body back forward, pull those legs in. All right, we're gonna do our Qigong energy flow here. I'm gonna do it from a seated position. So I'm gonna let my body go forward. And visualize I got like this big t-shirt on. I was gonna say white, I don't know why it needs to be white, but it's just a big t-shirt, right? It's gonna drape all the way over my knees, it's so big. I'm gonna hang over, I'm gonna grab that t-shirt by crossing my hands. So my hands are crossed, I've got the edge of the t-shirt. Lift your body up, and as if you're pulling pulling that t-shirt off. Pull it up over your head. Let the arms drop back, open the palms, lift the head up towards the ceiling. Leave your hands back here as you bring your body forward. All right, now you can reach down, cross those hands, grab the edge of that t-shirt, lift up and off. Really open up your chest by letting the head drop back. Leave your hands behind you as your body comes forward. Last time, crisscross those hands, grab the edge of that shirt, and let's pull it up and off. And leave our hands in this position. See if you can take them back as if you could touch your palms together. Now, our shoulders want to rise up, so drop those shoulders down. Relax the neck. You can turn it back and forth, still trying to touch those shoulders together. Look both ways, trying to touch those shoulders. And release those arms. Nice, good job. All right, let's do our legs a little bit more. I'm going to move into a figure 4. So I'm going to take my ankle, rest it on my knee. Each of us have different flexibility, right? So some of us, this is a lot easier. For some of us, we're tight. Lift your rib cage up and lean forward. This stretch should be in your hip. Don't let the back round. If your back is rounding and you feel stretching in the back, let's lift that back up and straighten the spine and just move at the hips. Breathe in, and with your exhale, soften just a bit more. One more time, breathe in, exhale, soften a bit more. And bring your body up. Let that leg hang over now. I've got them crossed. Now, you might have found yourself starting to slouch just a bit. So straighten that spine, lift that rib cage up, and let's go forward with the legs crossed. This is a little binding on the belly, but this is actually good to help push toxins out. So you want to make sure you're drinking water after these workouts. And let's relax those arms, relax your head. And let's go ahead and work ourselves back up. Uncross that leg, let's do the other side. Cross over into our figure 4. Lift that rib cage up and lean forward. Deep breath in, exhale, lower just a bit more. Remember not to let the shoulders round. Back is nice and straight. Even if you're just looking down, you should feel some stretch in the hip there. Deep breath in, exhale, see if you can relax a bit deeper into this stretch. And go ahead and lift your body up. Let's let this leg cross. Okay, make sure you're not slouching, right? Straighten that spine, lift that rib cage up. Let's lean forward with our leg crossed. And once you get as far as you can, relax the arms, relax the head. And walk your body back up. Uncross those legs. We got one more stretch before we end. I wanted to stretch out our necks just a bit. So lift one arm up and let it drop so it touches your ear and tilt that head down. Now we're not pressing, we're just resting the hand here. Take the opposite arm and point it down towards the ground. Now this is weird, but I like to have my finger like in my ear and I'm like pulling it. So I'm not pushing, but I feel this nice little stretch as I go in opposing directions. Opening up the neck just a bit. You can just extend that energy through your hand. And release. Let's do the other side. Lift that arm up. Gently drop it and tilt the head. Extend that opposite arm down. And this is a nice stretch here. I'm just going to lift my head up. So I'm not pushing down. I'm actually lifting as if this straight arm were to go up towards the ceiling. Lifting my head in that direction, opening up this whole neck area. And release, nice. And shift that body up, all right. Do you guys need to do a PI before you go?
Yes.
We have a request for a ki. So remember our ki at the end of, in martial arts, that last strike always has that breath of air that you release everything. So we'll just, on the count of three, we'll just ki. So 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right.